Today we got two rather undersold characters and powerhouses in comics going head to head in the battle arena. Booster Gold is going up against Super Skrull. So, who's coming out on top here? Let's find out. Humiliated in his own time period, the 25th century, Michael John Carter stole future technology and a security robot named Skeets and traveled back into the 20th century to become the greatest hero you've never heard of, Booster Gold. Booster Gold's future tech power suit grants him considerable superhuman strength, able to effortlessly throw cars, even effortlessly carry airplanes, and hurl the massive mammoth straight through concrete. The suit is also incredibly durable, as able to casually take attacks and withstand bullets, and it comes equipped with some very powerful force fields. So powerful, in fact, that Booster Gold has taken blasts from Cyborg, Superman, and from Trigon, punches from Doomsday, Zoom, and Sinestro, and survived a punch from Supernova, who supposedly hits with the force of a white dwarf star. While Booster Gold doesn't really use his wrist blasters very often, they are capable of blasting through several meters of solid concrete. They function as a sort of tractor beam. For the better part of his time in the 20th and 21st century, Booster's had with him a Space Museum security robot named Skeets, who possessed vast historical knowledge. Skeets also been shown to have offensive capabilities, such as blasters similar to Booster's gauntlets. So, that's we got one corner, the man from the future, Booster Gold. But entering the ring in the other corner was the villain of all the powers of Fantastic Four, Super Skrull. When the Empire's shape-shifting aliens known as Skrulls sought revenge on the Fantastic Four, they developed a process to imbue a subject with powers that combined and exceeded the team's own. They chose the highly decorated warrior Clerk as a candidate, and he proved the only Skrull strong enough to contain all the powers they bestowed upon him. The Super Skrull has all the abilities of the original Fantastic Four: Mr. Fantastic's elasticity, Invisible Woman's invisibility and force fields, Human Torch's flight and power kinetics, and the Thing's strength and rocky hide. Super Skrull has staggered Thing and Captain Marvel. He's punched Spider-Man and Human Torch so hard that the punch nearly killed them, and even dazed Silver Surfer and Thor with his blows. Skrull's also taken attacks on Thor, Silver Surfer, and Captain Marvel. He has a healing factor, stating that he has died and been reborn more times than others have years on their lives. Super Skrull can also stretch over 100 miles, actually stretch himself even further than Mr. Fantastic, and he uses force fields to block attacks from Thor and Silver Surfer, as well as trapping Spider-Man, Hulkling, and Human Torch in force field bubbles. He can turn invisible, consistently pummeling opponents while invisible, and can manipulate and control fire. It can actually become twice as hot as the Human Torch. Finally, Super Skrull uses these powers in brutal and militaristic fashion, once calling the way in which he applies these powers as creative. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, Booster Gold and Super Skrull are two of the more unsung characters and powerhouses in their respective universes, but they are truly mighty. Well, Booster Gold and all his future tech, and Super Skrull and the powers of all the Fantastic Four. So if these two ever squared off, who'd come out on top? Well, Day, that's what we're going to find out. And first things first, we need to talk about strength and physicality. Booster Gold is surprisingly strong. I mean, the guy's even able to injure Doomsday before. His futuristic power suit gives him a significant strength boost. He's effortlessly carried around planes, some of them weighing up to 500 tons, and can casually chuck a car 30 feet into the air with just one hand. But no question about it, Super Skrull is the stronger one out of the two. He's casually shattered through concrete and boulders. He hit the Thing and sent him flying, hit Captain Marvel and sent her flying, but absolutely pummeled She-Hulk while he was invisible. Clerk has even broken apart buildings and thrown them at Thor, restrained Thor, wailed on Silver Surfer. He's even managed to wrap himself up around Silver Surfer's legs and knock him down. Speed isn't really that important. Don't want to focus on that too much. But I do definitely want to talk about durability. This is where Booster Gold might be at his best. He's got an absolutely incredible durability with his force field generator. He can contain a blast from one of the Manhunters. He's contained a blast from a nuclear submarine, and takes on energy blasts from a Mongol ship. Or take hits from Doomsday, take punches from Zoom, from Sinestro, and from Cyborg Superman. Probably most impressively, Booster Gold has taken a punch from Supernova, someone who reportedly hits with the force of a white dwarf star, and lived through an energy blast from no less than Trigon. But on the other hand, while Super Skrull has taken hits from Thor with Mjolnir, casually shrugged off punches from Thing, Namor, Captain Marvel, and She-Hulk, and Skrull has even survived attacks from Silver Surfer. He's completely impervious to Human Torch's flames, picked up and plucked an Infinity Gem without any discomfort, and he's even taken energy blasts from Silver Surfer and Captain Marvel. Then in regards to Booster Gold's force fields, well, Super Skrull has the power of an invisible woman. These force fields have withstood several blows from Mjolnir, Human Torch's flames, and blocked blast from Surfer. That's where things kinda end for Booster. In reality, he's almost like an anti-glass cannon. He has incredible, planetary level durability, but he's sorely lacking in terms of offensive power. Yeah, he's got his rest blasters, but they aren't very powerful or destructive, and for that reason they are very rarely used. They're implied to be close to Iron Man repulsor levels of damage, but they never really struck me as that powerful. And given that most of his foes are high-tier baddies like Doomsday, etc., who are all incredibly durable, well, it just makes them seem pretty pathetic. On the other hand, while Super Skrull has repeatedly said that his powers are superior to that of the Fantastic Four. And while I guess that could be kinda debatable, it's clear that Skrull is just as powerful, at least. His flames have incinerated opponents. He's actually able to create constructs out of his fire, and can even use his heat to create a sort of flashbang and blind opponents. His shapeshifting is extraordinary, as he can stretch hundreds of miles, and actually outstretch Reed Richards. He's consistently punched opponents from across the room, will sometimes even shove his arm down an enemy's throat, and Super Skrull also uses flexibility to defend himself from attacks, rubberizing his body so that most punches have absolutely no effect on him. So who wins? Well, I gotta give this one to the Super Skrull. Like we said, Booster Gold has incredible defense, but not really any offense. Well, it's not enough offense to overcome Skrull. And while Booster does have his force fields, once you get past that, he's just a normal human who can be knocked out. Super Skrull has both his innate raw durability and his incredible force fields. It might take a little while, but Skrull can get past Booster Gold's durability. And when that happens, Gold is going down. Super Skrull can take down Booster. Booster Gold can't take down Skrull. About as simple as that. Super Skrull wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure the like button, subscribe button, turn notification with DanCo Army, and I will see you next time.